back to Flipper Flicks. Today we have a hysterical episode for you.
I'm very upset with Sam right now.
What? Why?
She told me that she was going to sing Anaconda.
That's not the name of the song.
I don't. Baby Got Back.
Yeah, I was going to.
Sam told me she was going to sing Baby Got Back.
I chickened out.
It's a shame.
There is, in theory, this is going to be like a 50 to an hour episode. So there's still time to sing that verse.
This is true. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. I disrupted everything.
Hot take.
Is it my turn?
Yes.
I wasn't sure. All right. I'm Tim.
Hi, Tim.
Hey, Tim.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for
Yes,
making
I'm glad to
it.
be here. In case you weren't aware, we do have social media.
Wait, time out. Did Sam say our name?
Yeah.
I was wondering, but I thought she did.
I said,
Okay.
oh my gosh.
I wasn't
But in
listening.
case you're curious, it's at Flipper Flicks.
Nice.
Freaking nailed it.
Or hashtag or
Ooh.
whatever the other handles are supposed to be. But we mostly operate on Instagram and Twitter. Instagram, we get the little goodies out here and there for you. The reels, as they're called, I believe.
Reels is, yeah.
Reels, real cool reels.
Yes.
Little Twitter snippets for you. So follow along, see what we're doing for the week, watch the movies we're watching, hang out with us, send us comments, hate mail, whatever you want to do. You can find our podcast on Anchor, Spotify, and Apple, and probably many other platforms, but there's too many to name. We do have a website as well, flipperflix.com, where you can send us recommendations and check out our website and see what cool stuff is going on. And we post episodes every Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, unless we have a bonus episode like a fireside chat, or we say, hey, there's a delay, which usually there's not.
Yeah, this last episode didn't. One of our episodes did not air at 1:19 p.m. recently.
Whoa.
That did not happen. That is false.
On the edge of our seats, waiting for it at 1.
Yeah. I may have delayed that by accident.
20 whole minutes late. How dare.
Yeah.
It wasn't you, right? It wasn't you. You had it ready to go.
Mhm.
Just,
There was
the publishing.
It wouldn't publish. Yeah.
Glitches.
Yeah. Let's go with that.
The internets.
I definitely did not forget to cut the episode.
Mm-mm. You would never.
Nope. All right. So I think Tim is done? Question mark?
I'm done.
Oh, I'm Adam. Welcome back. Welcome.
Did you just welcome yourself back?
No, I was saying welcome back to the guests.
Okay. But there.
When you say multiple guests, do you enunciate the extra S at the end?
Guests. Yes.
Guests. That sounds weird, doesn't it?
Yeah. But there are no guests. We're all here all the time.
The people who are listening are guests.
Not listeners.
They're my guests.
Welcome to my world.
Anyways, so this week we got double digits. One of Sam's favorite categories, but I got to pick it.
Wait, what's double digits?
Double digits is where I had to pick a movie that is less than 100 minutes in length. So basically, kids' movies, those are very easy to use. But I did not choose one. I picked, technically speaking, a horror film. I like to say technically because this is like a certain genre of horror.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And it's Anaconda, the 1997 classic. 1 hour, 29 minutes on the clock. Not even 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Didn't even make the hour and a half mark.
That's amazing.
But yeah, I don't think I've ever read this. The synopsis. That is what this is. A documentary film crew on a boat in the Amazon picks up a mysterious stranger who dupes them into pursuing a monstrous and deadly 40-foot long snake. Dun, dun, dun.
Dupes them.
I know. Dupes. What a word.
What a great word.
I know. Anyways,
where did we watch it?
Netflix goes away on July 31st, though.
So if you want your Anaconda fix, you got to get it quickly.
You gotta fix it.
Yeah.
Your Anaconda don't.
See? There's always time for it.
I know. So expectations for this movie. Sam and I have watched this. So this movie was halfway done, Tim. Apparently we watched half of this movie recently.
That's really funny because mine was like resume watching and it was like halfway through and I was like, I don't remember starting.
I have no recollection of this.
Yeah.
I think we put it on to go to sleep too, and then we woke up and we're like, I probably shouldn't wake up to snakes.
Yeah, I feel like we've talked about this movie quite a bit ever since we did the podcast. And so
Yeah.
we probably were both on the same wavelength of like, we're just going to fucking watch it.
Yeah.
And then we bailed on it.
Yeah, something of that matter. But this time I was, it's been a few years. I know, Sam, we watched it back when we were in school. We had rented it from Family Video.
I don't remember that. Good memory.
Thank you. And I just remember making fun of Jennifer Lopez's acting because I'm an ass. But yeah, I was expecting shenanigans to ensue with a giant snake because that is kind of what I remember of this film.
Nice.
What about you, Tim?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know when I started watching it
Right?
at some point, but it's been a long time since I feel like I've watched this movie. One of those ones where you're like, oh, I remember this happening, and we'll see if my memory holds true to those particular events. And then just knowing, I'm like, this is like peak 90s film. Like, it's got Jaws, animatronics or whatever for the snake. I don't know if that's actually how it is, but back in the day, even the snake is like looks like a Jaws animatronic sort of style thing. So I'm like just pumped for that. It just to see how entertaining the old school CGI and whatever they use to make the snake and everything happen. So I was excited for the film. I think it's a classic. So
nice. Well, I remember this being scary when we were little. Well, when I was little.
Yeah.
You guys were a little older than me,
You
so
were
it might
even
not have been
younger.
as scary for you guys. And I feel like we've talked about it on the pod in various degrees of just like bringing it up because it's a movie that exists from back in the day. And so, yeah, I know we turned it on recently, but I don't know how recently was. And I remember it being hot garbage when we turned it on.
Yeah.
And so I was kind of interested to see it again. Like, I feel like it was a little bit below excited. Like, I was like, okay, I'm like grounded in the fact that this is not going to be amazing, but I don't remember enough of it to know if there was like some funny parts. So
Yeah.
interested, mildly interested was my expectation.
Yeah, I would say that's probably on par.
Yeah.
But I was interested. Let's be real. I was interested in talking about it.
Clearly.
Yeah, I just thought, I think it'll be fun. So let's get started. Spoilers if you've not seen this 1997. Is it considered a classic at this point?
I feel
Let's go ahead and call it a classic.
I don't know if it's a classic so much as it was like a lot of people's first horror film from our generation. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of people remember
Talk of the Town.
Yeah. Like exactly where they were when they first saw it because it was like their first R-rated movie. So
It was PG-13.
Well,
yeah.
for many people, I don't know.
It was only PG-13. I remember it being
Really?
rated R.
I could have sworn it was R.
But no, they actually voiced over some of the fucks into freaks.
I love that.
Yeah.
Just to take it down to PG-13.
Yeah.
I do remember that. Yeah.
Is this like post? Like
They did this in post.
Yeah.
So it was
it's
never
funny.
R?
No, it was never R. I thought it was R. I just learned that it was PG-13.
Wow. My
But
whole
the-
life is
When
a
it shows on
lie.
TV, it's funny because it's like one of those things where you can tell they're not saying what the word.
What
Yeah.
it needs to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like when somebody says, "Are you freaking kidding me?" It's like, really, just say the word fuck.
Yeah.
Just say it. Anyways, Tim, where were you when you first saw it? Because like Sam and I were discussing this, and we're like, "Oh, we'll save it for the pod."
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it was my first scary movie.
I am so not.
But I can't
shocked.
remember where I specifically saw it because I was trying to when I was watching it. I was like, where did I first watch this movie? And I'm like, I can picture like Aliens and a bunch of other movies where I was,
Mm-hmm.
but
Like
I can't
Deep Water
picture
or something. Deep
Yeah,
Rising.
Deep Rising. Yeah,
Deep Rising.
I mean, those I can remember sitting in front of my parents' big screen TV in the basement and just fucking like
Going
always the
ham.
base-
not
basement.
supposed to be watching this, and that's what I am. Like, I can remember that kind of shit. But Anaconda, I can't. I really don't know where I saw it. I'm kind of bummed about that.
I wonder if it's because it wasn't like your first. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be. It was just kind of like, oh, this seems cool. I swear I probably saw it on TV originally. Just like a
In all
random
its
like
glory.
channel,
Yeah.
and I like found it. Yeah, and I was like, oh, sweet. I'm pretty sure that's what happened with it. I don't think it was a movie or anything like that we owned. Yeah, I think Deep Rising was also like something that I like snuck and bought on some channel or something. But,
Nice.
but aliens and stuff, we had stuff like that
Yeah.
on but yeah, so I don't know.
I know mine was at a birthday party. I was
Classic.
Birthday party.
at what was my friend Scott's parents' house. The whole afternoon, evening, we were out fishing in their pond. Yeah, we were fishing. We were using
Timely.
hot dogs, and I was like, I'm gonna use marshmallows, and I actually caught like 2 fish.
So take that.
Take that note.
Well.
If you want to catch bluegills in a pond, and then you throw them back in, it was probably the same freaking fucking bluegill. Let me
Freaking.
you freaking kidding me? But I remember actually being like concerned that I was watching this movie.
What do you mean?
Well, I was like, I don't want to watch a scary movie. I was like 8.
Yeah.
So I was like, what? A scary movie? I don't want to watch
What
that.
are these things?
Tim's over there like watching them since he was like 4.
Tim's like, let me get the popcorn out.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, but we were all in their basement. We had a bunch of like of the sleeping bags and whatnot. Just a giant group of kids watching a horror film. I also remember the second horror film would be The Mummy for me.
Mm.
Well, I don't consider it a horror film now, but to me,
At
back
the
in the
time.
day, yeah, it was.
Yeah, back in the day for sure.
Yeah, those scarabs eating people. Fuck.
Right. Yeah. It's draining people's fucking souls.
I
and shit.
know.
Like,
But how about you, Sam? Where were you when this movie came out? When Sam was like 4. Let's start there.
I was at a family party for like the 4th of July, so this is kind of timely as well. And I was also in a basement. This is where all this shit goes down in the 90s.
Right? Everybody watched them in basements.
I too was surrounded by like all of my cousins. And we like, I remember somebody put it in the VHS, and like, I just remember like the first opening credit scene where it says like Anaconda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And it like goes into the like the story, and it like tells you about the snake and how big it can get and yada yada. And like I just remember that part. I don't know if I stuck around for the rest of the movie, couldn't tell you, but that part is like seared in my brain. And like, so our cousins are varying ages, right? Like there were probably ones that were like teens, and then there were people that were me that had no business being down there.
Yeah. And then you had some younger than you too.
Classic family
Probably
party.
there too.
Yeah. Good stuff.
But yeah, we gotta love the group of kids watching a horror film as when they shouldn't be.
Also, I am devastated this was not an R-rated film.
Right? I thought this was my first R-rated. I don't actually know what my first
Yeah, now I
R-rated film
don't
is
know.
anymore. My life is a lie.
I know. What the hell?
I can tell you exactly what my first R-rated film that I like purchased my own ticket to. It was Wanted. Tim was there.
Nice.
that's really weird. I just made her watch that.
Nice.
She had never seen it. We literally just finished
wow.
That's hilarious.
it. Yeah.
What a world we live in.
Yeah.
When Professor Xavier smashes a keyboard into Star-Lord's face.
Star-Lord's face, yeah.
Wait, what?
James
You don't remember
McAvoy
I don't
hits Chris
remember
Pratt.
that. I only ever remember like the curving bullets in that movie. That's
What
it.
about Angelina Jolie? You don't remember
Yeah,
her?
I knew she was in that.
Oh.
I knew she was in that, and they're curving
I
bullets.
think I always call him Digimon because I can't pronounce his name.
Mm.
Gmon or something is in it. I don't know. Anyways, so Anaconda, this movie has an animatronic director and a CGI director. And I don't know why that was funny to me, but it was.
They wanted to put their budget into some shit for this movie.
Yeah, so the CGI of that time, I honestly didn't hate it.
I was confused. Like, I don't know that it looked bad, but I wonder if it looked like hella good at the time. I just didn't understand like why we needed to spin around like a tornado. Like, I get it because it's constricting you, right? But it just looked kind of
Cheesy?
confusing. Like, why
Yeah.
is that what they went with? And I just wonder if like back in the day you were like, oh, holy shit, that's cool, or if it was
I
just like
remember-
weird. Go ahead, Tim.
Back in the day, feeling weird about it too.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Even like back in the day, I was like, I feel like it could have been better, or it was just like silly, I guess.
Yeah.
It is very silly. And it only costs $100,000 per second
What?
of screen time.
Oh my word.
Yeah.
They really put their eggs in one basket.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. And like the animatronic at one point short circuited and started going haywire. Like it was just like kicking around and whatnot.
I love that.
And they kept one scene with that. I don't know what scene it was, but they were like, yeah, we kept a scene where the
It
shot
just went haywire.
it just went haywire.
That doesn't surprise me because the snake movements were erratic a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Like
They were.
yeah, so like I wouldn't have known it short circuited. I thought that's just what they were going for with the animatronic.
Yeah, that's funny. I didn't. Yeah.
Yeah. But they do like the rolling credits at the beginning. And I saw Danny is it pronounced
Yeah.
Trejo?
Mm-hmm. I think so.
So I always thought Spy Kids was the first movie I saw with him in it. Apparently that was not
You were
true.
wrong.
That's not true.
I know. My life is a lie times two.
Oh man.
Yeah, but I was excited because I like him as an actor. Because, like, I mean,
Oh, he's fantastic.
yeah, he's all about if he's a really bad character, he goes to the director or writer and is like, kill me brutally. I don't want kids thinking I'm a good guy. If I'm a bad guy, make me die.
Yeah, that's always been his big thing. He's like, if I'm a bad guy, I want the punishment of being a bad guy.
Yep.
Because they don't, they're not supposed to win or whatever. Like he wants people to see the repercussions of being a bad guy,
Yeah.
I
Like,
didn't
which is
know
great. It's
that.
interesting take. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. So, like, you see all these movies where the superhero or like the hero of the story will go and murder like 300 people just to get to the villain and be like, well, I guess I won't kill you. We need to arrest you. I murdered all of
Right.
your minions.
Those
But I'm
damn
gonna-
minions.
I'm gonna have mercy
Yeah.
on you, the
Yeah.
actual like supervillain. It's just kind of funny if you've ever thought
Well-
about it like that.
We need him around for
Right.
the sequels.
You need him around for the sequel.
Right.
That's the truth.
Job security and whatnot.
Almost, but not as good as I guess like the scared panther at the very beginning. That
Oh my god.
did you catch his face, Tim?
Yeah.
It just looked like.
And then the eyeball pop out.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the hell was that?
That's fucking great. It's
Like-
just like showing you like they squeeze really hard. Oh,
I know.
okay.
I kind of knew that already. It's a snake.
Yeah. That animatronics director budget went to that great panther too.
I don't know. It's just
Clearly.
like it's like one of like those scenes that you would see like in a comedy where they would like zoom in on the panther's face when it's like,
Mhm.
oh,
Yeah. We needed some good like
yeah,
sound effects.
right. And okay, let's talk about the cast though real quick. We're not going to go into who they are, but what a crazy like group of people.
And
To
they're
get-
so young.
They're so young. Like Owen Wilson is just coming onto the scene.
He looks like
Right.
a child, but
Yeah.
also still like Owen Wilson.
Yeah,
It's
like
really
he-
bizarre.
Yeah, he hasn't like really aged.
Yeah.
Neither has Jennifer Lopez though,
Yeah, she basically just lightened her hair. It
Yeah.
looks the same.
for the most part. Ice Cube looks a lot smaller.
Mm-hmm. So
Like-
does Danny.
Yeah, Danny definitely did. Holy shit.
He looks like an infant compared to his big beefiness that he is now.
Right.
I don't know. It's like I love going back and watching some old movies because you'll just get like this all-star like Buckaroo Banzai. They had some huge actors in there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
It's like you go back and you're like, what the hell? Wait, what? I saw all these people in a single movie?
Yeah.
Right. Like holy shit.
It's just such a weird combination of people, it feels like. Like, does Owen Wilson, I don't know his early career, but I always kind of slated him as like the comedy, rom-comedy guy. Like, it's odd for him to be in this type of movie. Right?
I don't know. I feel like he's done other stuff similar to something like this, but this is like the one that I always remember where he gets killed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I actually thought all of them died,
Yeah. I was expecting that.
but Owen Wilson, the way he started though was with Wes Anderson
Mm-hmm.
with Bottle Rocket, but I don't remember his early career that well. I feel like he did a lot of comedy though, because he was part of that frat pack.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He was like part of like the Ben Stiller group.
Yeah.
Logically,
Mhm.
Zoolander and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. But yeah, Owen Wilson's character randomly has this "I'm super horny" vibe. Does anybody else get horny in the fucking jungle? And it's like,
Adam was so pissed at that because he's like, if they don't have sex, that was worthless. Like, why is this
Why did you
even in the
waste
yeah,
that
film?
why
line?
did he, yeah.
in my opinion, that line should have been something about how he needed money, because his fucking turncoat bullshit makes literally no sense.
Mm.
Like
yeah.
he's just like, but yeah, money.
It just fucking happens.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
just like story wise, it doesn't make sense. But I mean, people want money. That's not that abnormal. But I thought it would have been cool if like they were like, yeah, man, like I got to pay these bills down.
Hmm.
And then you find out he turned like is a traitor because of money.
Right.
Yeah, but then we couldn't have had people leave the boat at night for no apparent reason other than to fuck.
This is true. I mean, we could have. We don't actually need the horny line for that to happen.
That's true. They could have just done it.
Yeah.
But I thought it was funny that they're like, yeah, we're going to go to capture some sound. And like they do it for like a hot second. And you're like, no, get out of here.
Yeah.
They're going to capture some.
I guess it was the jungle.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're going to capture some interesting sounds out there.
Mm.
Then. Yeah, they didn't seem to turn off the equipment, did they?
I know. So the guy, I can't remember his name. I only have his first name, Paul. The John Voight's character.
Okay.
Yeah.
The snake killer.
Snake hunter dude. He
Mhm.
he like goes to save them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she's just running back with her like shirt fully open and her bra out and whatnot. And I'm just like, I wonder what they were doing in there.
They knew.
I know. I think everybody knew.
Mhm.
I mean, J-Lo had her person too.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, here's a fun guessing game. What was Jennifer Lopez's character's name?
Yeah, I don't know.
Did her last name start with an F?
Have no idea. I only wrote her first name down.
Oh, I don't
Is
know.
it like Ellie or something like that? That's not it. That's Jurassic Park.
Good
You
try.
are right. It is Ellie is in Jurassic Park. It's Terry.
Nope. Didn't know
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
that. Would have never gotten
I
there.
only got that
when-
because I wrote
when
it
writing
down.
Notes, yeah, when writing notes, I was like, I don't know some of these names because they're not saying them.
Yeah. Like Owen Wilson's name is Gary, right? That's like
Right?
the only
Yeah.
one I know.
All right, what's Ice Cube's name?
No idea.
Danny.
Okay.
Danny, that's right. Yeah. I actually do have that one written down.
Now, Mateo, I remembered Mateo's
Oh, they
name.
said that a lot.
Well, yeah, because they didn't stop saying his
Yeah.
name.
Hey, Mateo, Mateo,
Mateo,
Mateo.
Mateo.
Hey,
Every
Mateo.
like 30 seconds.
And
Mateo.
then somebody said it differently one time, and I was like, the fuck?
That was
It was
on
probably
accident.
Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking Paul. God. Sam pointed this out. I was annoyed with Paul's voice the whole time because I was like, why do
I
I
loved it.
Okay.
I always love his voice.
Okay, let me clarify. It was because it sounded like somebody and I couldn't figure it out. Who
I
is
knew it instantaneously who it sounded like.
Who is it, Sam?
It grinded my gears. He sounds like Tommy Wiseau.
He sounds like
And
Tommy
you
Wiseau.
like can't unhear
I don't see it. But that's funny.
It's the words he skips.
I think so,
Yeah.
yeah.
It, like, cause
That's
he'll,
funny.
yeah, cause like, I mean, he's playing a character that is, English is his second language at the
Right,
very
yeah.
least. So him skipping words, not that abnormal, but the way he skipped them just sounded like Tommy's, and I was like,
And then his like little ponytail. I was like, I can't handle this.
Oh.
This is like making my eye twitch.
yeah,
Like rat tail thing.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, and like before you even see the picture of like Mateo and Paul like capturing snakes with Danny, you're like, this guy knows something's up with this. What's going on with this Paul guy? He
Yeah.
seems incredibly sketchy.
Yeah. Well, and his facial expressions with those like squinty
They're
eyes.
great.
I was
The
like, I
squinty
can't
and like
deal
frowning,
with
a
this.
heavy frown.
Yeah, and like
Very
and then,
Tommy Wiseau.
and then he would like smile at somebody, and then but it
It's
wasn't.
not really a smile.
It's like this weird like grit. Like I don't know. It was he gave me creeper vibes the whole time, and that's what I do remember. That
There was a lot going on.
there was a lot going on.
And I
Yeah.
feel like the one thing about I mean, I know that this is like the point of the movie, but I found it really funny that people just kept jumping in the river. Like we don't even care.
Yeah.
We like just need to be in the river even though we can't see through the river. There might be crocodiles, there might be a big ass snake.
And then they can constantly walk at like
Yeah.
chest to waist height in the
Exactly.
water with
I
no
know.
problem. I'm
I
like, wait a
know.
second, this doesn't make sense.
Yeah, there's
No.
no leeches. Like, there's got to be some other sorts of shit in there besides just the
Right.
anaconda.
Dude, when the doctor guy was going in for the like in his scuba gear, and he talks about that like little catfish that swims up the urethra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I swear that it, like became like a common movie trope, like
It did.
quicksand.
Yeah, it became one of those things whenever you're like somebody's getting in water in like a
In a
area like,
jungle.
you know, in the jungle, everybody's like, watch out for the little fish that goes in the tank. You're like, okay, all right.
So like I have like, this like fear of jungle water now. Thanks, movies.
Somebody in
I have
Hollywood
a fear of
read
water
that.
in general.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like Oh, somebody probably watched one documentary where they
Yeah.
talked about it, and it's like it only exists in like this one river or something.
And they're like, we don't care. We're putting it in every movie,
Every
every
single
adventure movie.
Because I think like
Yep.
The Rundown has it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that one has like that's Sean William Scott and The Rock.
Hmm.
It, you know what's weird is The Rock being in a movie in the jungle.
What? Very
I can
off-brand.
legitimately name 4 off the top of my head. 2 of them are Jumanji, but that's cheating.
Right.
Still counts.
but-
One of
yeah.
them's Jungle Cruise in The
Yeah.
Rundown. So
Yeah.
I was like, that guy needs to get out of the freaking jungle.
He likes the jungle, man.
It's like going to space with shit. No, it's like going on a trip with Tom Hanks. You're not coming back, but he is.
Yeah.
He's the only person.
Think about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, they're like just traveling down the river. The doctor guy that's supposed to be in charge of the documentary gets sick. And yeah,
Okay, I have thoughts on that. So he
ate a wasp.
ate a wasp that was poisonous, yes?
He didn't eat it. It had a
So-
venomous stinger. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Tim.
So the whole thing back in the day, I remember this scene specifically when I was younger, but I think the whole talk of it from back in the day was Paul sets it all up, right?
Yeah.
Paul knocks the thing in the water, gets caught in the propeller, offers to go out there, but he knows the other guy's going to do it. He had put a wasp in the guy's tank, and then the wasp swims in his throat. It's poisonous, so it causes swelling in his throat. So then Paul seems like a good guy for helping him breathe and saving him, and
Yeah. That's how I always took it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, like,
Who keeps a wasp?
A.
yeah, where did he get it? Like, where did that come from?
I'm just gonna bring that up. Where's this
He's
fucking
just
come from?
plucking it off trees as they go
Yeah,
by.
he just got it. Don't worry.
But my other big beef point is like you don't just get better from poison. I mean, like if you get stung by a bee, yes, like okay, which maybe that's what it is. He gets stung on the inside of his throat and it eventually gets better.
Right.
But like part of me is like if it's like truly venomous, like you need the antidote. You don't
need
just
something, yeah.
magically get better like he does.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, but poison usually filters out, right? Like I think your body filters out poison.
Does
whereas,
it?
Like,
It
venom's
will
a little
eventually,
different.
yeah.
Yeah, so I think that was part of
Well,
it, and plus he had been stabbed in the throat, so I think that's where he's
It came out
recovering
the
as
blood,
well.
yeah.
But yeah,
See, I thought wasps and bees would be venomous because you're not like, because
well, they yeah, I mean it's injected, not ingested or whatever.
yeah,
but,
like you're not eating it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they even say in the movie that it's poisonous, but you can't go off of them saying it.
Yeah.
That doesn't
Yeah.
necessarily mean it's true. It's just you would think it's a venomous wasp or something, but
Yeah. It's one of those things that's like they're so close to being the same thing. I know they're literally not the same thing, but to the untrained person,
That's one of your
Like a-
things.
it's one of my
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, that's like one of Adam's pet peeves. Like, don't fucking get it wrong.
yeah, I'm the
He'll
same
school
way.
you.
I will get upset.
You
if
guys
people-
have the same pet peeves, like when people don't, or when people speak English and they shouldn't be speaking English, and
Yeah.
like this thing. It's funny.
Yeah. Hey, Tim and I have known each other. I was doing the math the other day, dude. It's like I think
Uh-oh.
yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
the
I think it's like 18 years that we've known each other.
Damn.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
wow.
was weird. I was like, no.
Are we common law
that
married?
can't be
or what?
right.
At this point, yeah, I guess. Because I was like, we met when I was in 7th and you were 8 and 8th, so like 13 ish for
Yeah.
me. Yeah, that was 18
Past
years ago.
anaconda age.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Man. But yeah, so eventually not John. I decided to name it, his name was John because of John Big Butte.
Nice.
From Buckaroo Banzai, because he's the bad guy. I'm just gonna refer to all bad guys as John.
Yes. Done.
No, but Paul. Well, his name is really John Voight, so I think that messed me
Yeah, I
up.
think that's what got you.
right.
Um,
that gets you, yeah.
And we always try to say their names of their actual actor. I mean, not the actual actor, the character.
Okay, but this movie's real hard because they really only say like Gary and Mateo.
They do.
Like yeah, yeah.
Like,
And Dr. Kale, they say the doctor. They call him doctor though,
Yeah.
a lot. Anyways, well, Paul's like, no. It's gonna take two days to get back the other way. We got to go my shortcut.
Mhm.
Hey, so isn't this the route you were trying to get us to go earlier, huh? Oh, you know this, and there's a giant freaking wall.
Wait, you guys
Weird.
remember that?
Oh, you guys are smarter than my last group.
Oh man.
Shit.
What a crazy old man.
It's just so obvious that he's the bad guy.
I know.
Like to us, you're like, obviously he's the
Yeah.
bad guy. To them, it's like, I don't know about you, but
Let me keep you around just in case.
I feel
Right,
like
yeah.
I feel like the only person that was like, dude, shut the fuck up, is the doctor. Because
yeah, he's kind of keeping him in line.
Mhm.
yeah, because like he knows his shit. Like he finds indigenous tribes.
Yeah, he's calling him out on the stuff.
Yeah, he's like, they would be over there.
Yeah.
Which kind of like the very end of the movie kind of kills the character. That part of his character. He's like, oh, I guess Paul was right.
Oh yeah.
The fuck?
In a way.
Just because you see
Right.
one little canoe
Mhm.
doesn't mean they live there.
I think technically there were like 2 canoes.
There were like
but-
7.
I'm sure they heard the commotion and were just coming over though.
True.
Yeah.
That might be part of it, right? They're like, what
Yeah.
the fuck's going on over there?
Why is there a fire in our rainforest?
Yeah.
Right.
You blew up this wall.
Blew up
You
our
blew
wall.
up another like silo type thing. Like there just things be exploding. And the snake levels up. It becomes a fire snake at one
Oh,
point.
It
yeah.
does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You modded the snake into having fire on it. Snake does is now fire and poison.
Very effective.
Except, yeah, no, snakes. That snake has no venom in it. Anacondas,
No,
it's
they
like a
don't. They don't.
constrictor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So here's an interesting snake fact. Snake
Yes.
fact. Anacondas are cannibals. They will eat each other.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
Typically, the larger females, the females are almost always larger. They eat the smaller male anacondas.
She's just like, I'm tired of your shit. I'm gonna eat you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a spider.
Spiders do
Yeah.
that too?
Yeah, spiders
Or,
eat the shit out of each other.
Really?
Or a
Praying mantis. Yeah. Weirdly, I knew exactly where you were going.
Yep.
I feel like that's the one that like most people know. I didn't know spiders did that.
Yeah. Yeah. And octopi die sometimes after sex.
Yeah, that's sad.
So they just rip their dicks off and throw them.
What a life.
What, this PG animal podcast is going to come to you,
It's like
come to everybody soon.
it's like go fuck yourself.
Literally. Literally go fuck yourself. So we're going to get like some hate mail from some like biologist at one
Probably.
zoologist.
They're gonna be like,
That's okay.
all of your animal facts are wrong.
Well, they're right, but can you portray them in a better manner?
Yeah.
Right, yeah. Come on, guys.
Well, I will say like part of this movie that's odd, not knowing much about anacondas, is I feel like they really portray it as a water snake, which like part of it probably is, but
Yeah.
like at one point they're like climb, and it's like the snake can't climb. Like it could be a land-based snake as well. Like
I just don't think they know.
yeah,
They
like,
don't know shit.
they
Like,
just-
clearly it's a snake. but-
yeah, like it could go up the mountain, but all right, go ahead and climb. Why not?
Yeah, the one dude gets
Yeah.
killed inside the waterfall.
Mm-hmm.
Which is
Which-
great. I
yeah.
always remember that scene. Catching him.
Dude, and Tim, correct me if I'm wrong. Snakes, I just don't see a snake hunting a human. And if they do,
Well,
they're going to
okay,
eat the
so-
one, and then they're going to be good because they're going to be full for like a
So
week.
they kind of covered that, right? They said anacondas are aggressive and will throw up
They're
their
old,
food in
dude,
yeah.
order to eat something else. So they kind of covered themselves there. But yeah, in my opinion, you have to kind of suspend it, kind of like in Jaws, where
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
you know it.
It's a big monster movie.
The snake is a warrior snake, and it's there to defend what the myth is and stuff, right? So
Yeah.
it's like defending the area, and that's why the whole building is all fucked up, and all those people are dead there from the snakes killing them and everything. I think that's the big part of it is it's defending, whatever. So you kind of have to. Oh yeah, of course it would just kill them all instead of
Yeah.
being satiated. But
Yeah, it didn't bother me. It's just something that I know about like reptiles,
right,
especially.
yeah, it's like reptiles will be like, all right, I'm chill now. See you later.
Yeah.
Like,
Hey, I ate like 3 crickets. I'm good for like a week.
yeah.
Yeah, like freaking like crocs and gators. They can go so long
They
without
can go
eating.
months, I think, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It's wild.
Yeah, they'll get like one
Wildebeest.
wildebeest. I wanted to say water buffalo, and I was like, probably a water
Probably
buffalo
that
too,
too.
but
Yeah.
Yeah.
The wildebeest is always the thing that gets murdered in the animal documentary.
During the Great Migration.
Yeah,
Where the
thanks.
crocs sit
Yeah.
and wait. Yeah. It's good shit.
By the way, we watched a lot of animal documentaries.
If you guys haven't figured that out from our Madagascar episode
Yeah, that's true.
any of our other episodes.
But Tim, did you notice? So they're going down the river at one point, and they like pull back, and there's an entire like landmass in front of them. Like there's no way around the landmass, and if there is, it's like it's
Ramping it.
Yeah, they're
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, because you're just like, wait a second, how are they gonna?
yeah. How did they go
Yeah.
through that? I was
Yeah.
like, that's not the scene you pull out on, guys.
Mm-mm.
Like I'm cool with pulling out and looking at the rainforest and whatnot,
But maybe not right there.
Not that scene.
Yeah, because they when they do that, you're like, oh, are they gonna ramp it? I mean, that's my thought. Or like,
Right,
how
they're
are
just
they
gonna
gonna do
walk
this?
over.
And then they're just like, they just like switch perspective, and you're like, oh, we're just not gonna cover that big fat.
It's called teleportation. It's a great movie like device.
Definitely.
But apparently, a lot of the cast, there were some of the cast members that were like deathly afraid of snakes. So during like the
Aw.
Amazon
That's
scenes,
funny.
they actually had to like stop recording because people would get
Huh.
scared of snakes. I'm like, you're doing a snake movie.
No, that makes me sad. Snakes get such a bad rep.
They do.
They do, but we're all reptile fans here.
I know. I was
So-
gonna say, like,
We're all people who are like, yeah, they get a bad rap. We've never had any. You, Tim, had a pet snake at one point, so.
I did, and then I had a roommate that had one as well.
Oh, did you really?
Oh.
You had frogs as well. Those are
Frogs
amphibians.
and all sorts of stuff. Yeah, different lizards and whatnot. My buddy in college had tarantulas, and
Oh, I remember that.
yeah,
I don't think I could do that. I have
those
my
were rough.
I have my pet spider in the garage. She lives out
Sheila?
there and she stays out there, and that's good for me. And she
I've
can
seen
live out
Sheila
there and
feast.
like live your life, girlfriend, but don't come in the house.
Like one of those little green jade bugs accidentally touched her web once, and I watched her annihilate it.
She's fucking
Just
massive.
tore it up.
She's
yeah,
massive.
she's massive and fast, and I'm like, you stay up. We're chill.
Yeah.
Just
She's,
don't come down here.
She's amazing to watch, but please don't come in. Oh man. You know, there's some classic dialogue in this movie.
Oh yeah.
Of course.
Like Owen Wilson's line, "You don't know shit about the shit we're in out here."
I didn't
This
even
guy
catch
does.
that.
Yeah. That sounds like a line that I would write.
Yeah, maybe.
Good shit.
That's some good shit, man.
That's some good shit.
I don't know. Owen Wilson's like just random betrayal bothers me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very just like
Random.
like you said, random. It's just like what? Like I
Like-
don't know. It just seems so odd.
He gets told, "Yeah, we can make $1 million off this snake if we catch it and
He's
have
like-
like 10 more people die." There aren't 10 people, but
He's like, worth it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So the first person in this film, this hour and 29-minute film, dies at literally the first like scene.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Danny,
But like of
Yeah,
the
yeah.
main crew, it takes a while.
40 minutes in.
Mm-hmm.
Then they start dropping.
Mm-hmm.
Cause yeah, and then but at the end only 3 of them survive. And I'm like, the fuck?
I know. I guess that's just how scary movies are now, that like most people die except for like one person.
Yeah. Like, I mean, The Descent, look at that one.
Yeah, I was just expecting. I was like, all right, when are the rest of them gonna die?
How about you, Tim? You watch more horror movies than us.
Mm-hmm.
Do most people die still?
You can usually predict who's going to and not. It's become very stale at that fact. So it's very difficult to, I don't know, suspend belief of what's going to happen when you know that specific people are going to live, and then when you have characters come out of nowhere, you're like, well, that person's just dead.
Yeah,
But,
there's
like,
like
this is the
no
type of
reason
movie
for them
where-
to be here.
Yeah, and then in this movie, it's like everyone's already there from the beginning.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
really don't know who's going to die. But you know, Hills Have Eyes, another good example of that. You don't know who's going to die, who's going to live there. But yeah, a lot of the times in more modern movies now, it's like you'll have your 1 or 2 people that you're following,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and then out of nowhere somebody comes in, and you're like, well, that person's going to be dead, right? Because they need to kill someone,
Yeah.
and then it happens, you know. So it's like, oh, gee, wonder what happened there. But
There's
Yeah.
yeah,
I feel like we watched a movie recently for the pod where we were like, they just brought in an influx of characters, and we were like, they're literally just here to die. I can't remember which one it was, but
it happens all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, one of my favorite, like, not what's the it's not a cop out. It's like a fake out. It's a fake out. Is Bryan Cranston's character in Godzilla, like the newer?
Oh yeah.
Godzilla.
Yeah.
He's in like the first 10 minutes of the movie and he dies. Sorry, spoilers. But yeah, I thought he was going to be the main character because like the trailer focuses on him.
Right.
And then he's dead.
They gotcha.
They got me, and I actually like it when they get me.
Get got.
I got.
Oh, God.
This one, I was got. I got got. I
In the
didn't.
opposite direction.
I expected Ice Cube to die. I expected the Doctor to eventually die.
Yeah, because he's just like out of it for most of the film.
Yeah, and so this movie though, it just kind of ends.
Yeah, it's so weird.
They kill the spider. The spider.
Yeah, they don't even really like escape, right? They just kind of like, oh, we're done. We killed the snakes and the bad guy, and now we're still on the river.
Yeah, we're just going
Yeah,
down
so
the
you're like-
river.
Look, it's the
Alright.
indigenous group.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, hi. Let's film them real quick without our star or our
Or-
sound people
or camera.
B-roll.
Yeah, or a camera. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and it's weird because they choose like the pan flute or whatever for the music. And so
That's
like
Peruvian.
Well, I was just going to say when they like go off, they're like basically riding off into the sunset on the river with
Yeah.
like a pan flute. I'm like, this is so weird. Like this feels like not what this movie should be. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get a lot of it,
Mm.
but that's part of the experience with this movie.
That's true.
And remembering how you watched it as a kid, except for Tim, who probably watched it like
Yeah, yesterday,
yeah.
No. But like, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I was trying to read my last note. Ba-ba-da-ba. All right, I have one, but that's gonna come later. Do you guys have any
okay.
other notes?
Yeah, I got one that a couple here. Let me find it.
Oh, nice.
Why do the snakes make weird noises?
I have that answer. I have an answer for that, but I'm not gonna get to it till the cast.
Okay, we'll be waiting with bated
So great. Let's see.
You're gonna love it too. I'm just gonna tell you that.
breath.
The paper they showed in the beginning obviously has Saron and
Yeah,
all of them on it.
Teo, and then Danny as the poacher.
Right, and then they have Danny.
Danny Trejo's on it. The three of them.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. We don't know his name, I guess.
His name is Poacher.
Nice.
And then they get that crate from that boat, and it's metal.
Yeah.
And it
But when they're
floats?
bringing it back, it floats.
That bothered me.
I was like, wait, that ain't right. They didn't
I've
put it on anything. I don't understand.
I've carried a metal box before. It does not float.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
I,
don't.
I like when we all bring up our beef points. We're all like, yeah.
Yeah.
We all noticed that.
I caught that too.
Jot that
Yeah.
down.
All right, was that the last one?
The ridiculous scene where they tried to seduce him.
Oh,
It's like, what the shit? Why is this even coming close to working? I don't know.
Yeah.
Hey, Paul hasn't seen a woman in. Yes.
He's very gullible
Yes.
if he's like,
Yeah, he
oh,
is.
she's suddenly into me.
Oh, shit.
Like,
Yeah.
oh.
Well,
She must like
obviously-
money too.
Obviously, I've been laying it on
Real thick.
real thick, and she's been digging it.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
She is into it.
He would definitely drown after that tranquilizer,
Oh yeah.
and he falls in
Yeah.
the water.
Oh yeah. What you
Even if they're like, "Oh, it fell out," I don't think that's how tranquilizers work. But
No.
sure,
No, I'm pretty sure they inject
It would be a
relatively
direct
fast.
injection as soon as yeah.
What do you think of when he got puked back up?
Oh, and
Oh,
he, like,
that's a
waves.
classic
He
scene,
winks.
and he
He
like
freaking
blinks. There's no
winks.
way he'd still be alive, right? Because A, it's
No.
gonna squeeze him to death, and then eat him. Yeah.
I like to
And
believe
then-
it was involuntary.
Yeah, a muscle spasm.
Yeah.
Probably. I would imagine it was. And then, yeah, that's always a great scene. I always remember that one. And then she couldn't get out the top, but it wasn't locked, and Danny had to yell up to her, push at the hinges.
Yeah.
And then she gets it open. I don't know. I thought that was ridiculous.
Yeah, that she like couldn't figure it out.
Mhm.
Also, I realized why Tim was confused because Ice Cube's name is Danny.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like,
Yes.
why is Tim confused? Like, we're not talking about Danny DeVito.
Right. Yeah.
What other Danny would it be?
There's no other Dannys.
Yeah. And then obviously Danny is the real MVP.
Oh,
So
100%.
hands down.
Yeah. He was not, he was like trying to knife Paul from the beginning
Oh yeah.
Right.
with
And then
that
he
dinky
loses
ass little pocket knife.
Yeah.
it. Right. Like, oh shit, that's great. That's all I got though.
All right. I'll get to the cast.
That was good shit. Worth
It was some
waiting
good
for.
shit. It was some real good shit. So Terry is played by Jennifer Lopez. She's in Hustlers, which is kind of a newer movie.
Yeah, I feel like it came out in the past couple years.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
Same.
It seems like a Tim movie, right, Sam?
Never seen it.
Have you heard of it? Probably not.
No.
But yeah, Danny is Ice Cube, played by Ice Cube, and he is in Friday, which is
Whoa.
I need to see that movie. I know it's on my list.
Bye, Felicia.
Bye, Felicia. He says the iconic "Bye, Felicia" line in Friday. Paul is played by John Voight. Midnight Cowboy.
I have no idea what that is.
I feel like Tim's seen it.
It sounds familiar.
It says cowboy in it. I don't know why, but I'm like, Tim's seen all westerns ever.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
All horror movies and all
and
westerns.
westerns. Yeah.
If somebody can make a western horror movie,
I'm sure
Tim
they
would
have.
be there.
Right?
Tim?
Have they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Boom.
Count me in.
Count you in, or yeah, you've seen one.
Yes.
Okay.
I'd have to do some thinking.
Yeah, I know. It's like a weird, like double, like the genre duo.
I'm sure they've
Yeah.
made one by now.
Yeah, and if there hasn't, actually, wait, yeah, John Alexander's movie Bender is
There
a
you go.
western horror.
Boom done.
Shout out to John by accident. Dr. Kale is played by Eric Stoltz. He plays Lance in Pulp Fiction.
Whoa.
Who's Lance?
I can't remember who the fuck Lance is.
Is he like one of the pawn shop guys, maybe?
Maybe? I don't know. He looked familiar.
Mm-hmm.
But Warren, you guys remember Warren? He was he's the face of the documentary. The
Mm.
main star.
Oh, yeah.
He's played by Jonathan Hyde, and he is in Titanic.
Westridge.
I said Titanic. That one made more money.
What is Westridge?
That's the character.
Oh, yeah, Warren Westridge.
Yeah.
We thought you were saying Westridge was a movie.
Yeah.
No, yeah. Yep.
We were like, I don't know that one.
Please elaborate.
Well, it really all falls back to when Tim was upset with us not saying The Rock.
Mm-hmm. True story.
For Ed, I don't remember Ed's last name.
Me neither.
Um,
That old guy.
Yes.
yeah,
Harris.
Ed Harris.
There you
Look
go.
at Tim.
Did you just
Fucking-
Google that?
Did you?
No,
Google
I
it?
did not.
Look at you. Do have a memory. You've been.
Holding out on
Yeah.
us.
There somewhat. Yeah.
Gary is played by Owen Wilson. I'm gonna go with Darjeeling Limited because Sam and I just watched that. Denise.
All right.
Yeah, that one was a Wes Anderson film. It's Jason Schwartzman, Adrian Brody, and Owen Wilson. They're three brothers on a train in India. It's a very Wes Anderson-y movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's Sam's favorite one. But Gary, I already said Gary. Denise is played by Carrie Verher.
Is Denise the one that was like
Were her.
Were her. Woo her.
Was she
There.
was she the one with the red and the blonde, like the one that Owen Wilson tries to fuck?
She was not Jennifer Lopez.
Okay.
Yes.
There were no other women in this film.
Correct.
Oh gosh,
She was in Eight-Legged Freaks.
that checks out.
Yeah, she was. That movie's great.
I haven't seen it since I was a kid.
I have not
Oh
seen
my
it.
god, I love that movie.
It was a movie I always lumped in with Evolution, Tim.
Not with Anaconda.
No, Evolution and Eight-Legged Freaks were like horror comedies that came out like around the same time.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mateo is played by Vincent Castellanos, and he's in Mulholland Drive.
Mm.
Mulholland Drive. It's a weird word, Mulholland.
Mhm.
Okay, anyways, the poacher is played by Danny Trejo. Is it Trejo or Trejo?
I think it's Trejo.
It's probably Trejo. He is Mexican, I believe. He's Latin nonetheless, and it would be pronounced Trejo. Yeah, I wrote down Spy Kids.
Nice.
He was a great uncle in Spy Kids. Not a great uncle. He was a great person who was an uncle.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah. The Anaconda. The Anaconda voice is played by Frank Welker. Does anybody know who Frank Welker is?
No.
Tim?
Frank Welker? No, I don't think so.
Rubber Raggy?
Oh!
Really?
Frickin' Scooby-Doo.
Wait, he plays the Anaconda
Weird.
voice?
Yeah.
So he's like,
Yeah.
He's making all the creature noises. That's like a lot of things he does. He's in quite a few movies just listed as creatures. He
Oh my
also is
gosh.
Fred Jones's voice now.
Oh.
Yeah, he was the original Fred Jones voice. He picked up Scooby-Doo in 2002, but he was always Fred Jones since the very beginning.
Oh.
But yeah, he has like 500 acting credits.
I wonder if Scooby makes the same noises that the Anaconda does.
I don't know.
I
If
don't
he's
think
like,
so.
if he's like riding a roller coaster? No?
No. The director is Luis Losa. He did The Specialist. I don't know it.
Mm-mm.
But this
I do know it. I think.
it sounds
but go on.
familiar, but it's also the word specialist, which is not a very
Yeah,
unique word.
it's very general.
Yeah. But this movie won 6 awards and was nominated for 11 others. 6 of the nominations were for Razzies.
Yes.
And this made the top 100 most enjoyable bad movies list.
Amazing.
Nice.
The critics gave this a 38%, audience a 24%, IMDb with a 4.8 out of 10, and Google with a 76%.
Wow.
So if you combine the audience from Rotten Tomatoes and Google, it's a perfect 100.
Look at that.
This movie, what do we think the budget was? $100,000 a second for CGI
Oh,
Snake.
This is a lot of money then. 'Cause
Yeah,
they
it
do
is
that
a
a
lot of
few
money,
times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 45 million.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah, no, kind of wild.
Yeah, that is kind of wild, especially rewatching this movie.
Yeah, the rewatch is always interesting. But yeah, I picked it, so I'll go first.
Do it.
I'm on the fence. Let's start there.
Oh my god.
I know. So on one hand, would I stop? Yeah, because it's just so ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
But does some of it make me want to pull all my hair out? Yes.
Mm.
Because like some of the dialogue, this shit's got shit, man.
You don't know shit about shit.
You don't know shit about shit. And Tim enjoys John Voight's voice. I did not. Well, I enjoyed it more once I thought of him as Tommy Wiseau.
Because you
Right.
can't like unsee it.
Understandable.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Do you want us to come back to you?
I'm gonna just say flip it off for now.
Okay.
I enjoy talking about it. I find this movie one of those films that's like really fun to talk about.
Yeah.
Right.
But how about you, Tim?
No, I'm gonna flip it on for sure. I think it's just, in my opinion, a classic.
Yeah.
I think it's one of those ones that kind of was just maybe not on par with Jaws, obviously, but it's like a monster movie that, it's just a popcorn monster movie, right? Like you just sit back and watch it and laugh, and it's the ridiculousness
I
that is the movie.
Do you think that it like reignited that monster movie genre?
Right. Yeah.
Like Jaws was the original,
Oh yeah.
like original animal just murdering people.
Yeah.
But I think it like cuz then like Komodo Dragon came out, like Komodo came out and it did the
Mhm.
same thing as that. Yeah, I remember watching it on Sci-Fi Channel.
Why is that
Yep.
not on the
Yep.
list?
This
Jot
is-
that down.
Okay, I will. But sorry,
Love
Tim.
Komodo
Komodo's pretty
dragons.
Sorry, Tim. I interrupted you.
No, I mean that's pretty much it. Like, yep.
It's a fun.
It was as glorious as I remember when I was a kid.
Perfect.
And I really like the bad guy. Also, there's only one person that's really charactery to me, and he kind of loses that right after you have that thought, and that was Westridge. When they first
Yeah.
see him, he's a very charactery person, and I'm like, that's kind of weird. Like he's kind of out of place. Not everybody's like that, but very quickly he changes from that to like, I don't know. He has very good character development very fast, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's like fact tracked?
Yeah.
Fast tracked.
Fact tracked, yeah.
Fact tracked.
Oh, yes, the fact tracked.
Yeah. Nice.
And for the third and final person, ba-ba-da-ba.
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
You're on the fence
It's
too.
tough because, like, if I was gonna pick a movie like this, I feel like I'd pick Jaws. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
for that,
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
you kind of have to be like, all right.
But Jaws is the original.
I know. So it's gonna forever be hard to top. You know? Yeah. I mean, I guess I just like. This is one of those rare movies where I wish they had more time. Because I feel like they could have fleshed out some ideas more, but then I also worry if I gave them more time that we just see more
Oh yeah.
panther eyes popping out or something.
Okay,
Yeah,
the
you
Panther
do.
eyes is hilarious still.
But yeah, I feel like I'm gonna flip it off just because while it's like perfect in time, you know what I mean? Like it's a
Like,
great
yeah.
like classic 90s like monster movie thing. Like I just feel like I'd rather go back in time further to Jaws, but it was fun. It was fun on the rewatch. I will give it that.
In the discussion.
Yeah.
I love talking about this movie.
Yeah, I think it's like if you haven't seen it, it's worth definitely watching to like put yourself in that time era.
Well, if you haven't watched it since you were a kid,
That too. Yeah.
especially if you watched it as a kid.
Yeah. Just see if you think it's scary
Mm.
anymore.
But yeah.
But it's fun.
No, yeah. Moving on to next week. Let's spin. It's going. Ah. There it is. We have AI suggestions.
What a classic one to get AI suggestions for.
I know, like off of any movie, like I couldn't think of anything better to randomly choose. Well, that's not true. Zombies.
Did
got-
we get AI
No, no,
suggestions off Zoomies?
No, we got it off of Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Oh, yes. That was another good one to get it off of.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
Yes. So basically, what that is going to be is Tim and I are going to pick a movie based off of like what Netflix suggests us to watch. Like I'll pick one, and then Tim will pick one off of the list that I pick, and then Sam will get a final list of movies and pick from there.
Mm-hmm.
And if that
So-
wasn't
Nailed it.
confusing,
Probably watch Anaconda again.
probably. That's how they work. But anywho, thanks for joining us. Hiss us out, Sam. I hope that was.
I didn't
It
hear
was
anything.
too low. Oh, no.